block out the hair locks with the hard brush. I'm doing that on the shadow layer. A very quick block out. Okay. So the reason I have the sketch still in a very light color, it's because I can go darker. I think I mentioned in the previous chapter, it's easier to go darker than, you know, starting with black. In my case, that's just how I feel about it. So I'm gonna select my sketch layer and I'm gonna click on the little button on top here. It will block the pixels that exist in that layer. So when I paint on them, I'm gonna paint only on the sketch. So I'm gonna select the darkest color that I can find on my on the shadow that I created, and I'm gonna use it to paint the elements that got lost. With this method, I can paint the nostrils easily. And here. Okay, so I'm using the same colors that I created to paint the darker areas in the sketch, so it has more depth now. Like this one's here is just ambient occlusion, but I've tricked it. Same with the ear here. The eyebrows that got kind of lost. hope it's not very confusing. It makes a lot of sense to me, but that's because it's the method I've been using. With the hair I do the same thing. Paint it darker. The blouse is still very sloppy. As you can see, I'm paying much more attention to the face than the rest of the figure. But that's because of composition purposes. So now what I'm lacking is the white into the eye. I'm gonna add it right now. And of course the eye has shadows too. Just need to remember all the settings. I can add a light there just for fun for now. Nose, lips. Okay, I think the lighting is pretty much done. I think I'm good to go to the next step, which is start the less fun part, which is rendering. I really don't like rendering. It takes forever, but I think if I cannot hide any of the layers, they are just as important. Oh, well, before I move on to the next step, as I said, there is some lighting, interesting lighting going on here. So I'm gonna use the layers of the sketch to paint some of it here. That's why I like to keep the sketch until the very last moment, because you can use it to do all that fun stuff, you know. Here I can create the light on the nose, and I can do it with the lips also. It's a bit tricky. It's like a very, very fast way to do rim lighting. I mean rim light. And I'm gonna do like a very quick trick here. I'm just gonna select the background and gonna paint an imaginary light behind it. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the next step.